Hey everyone, Kevin here. In this short video, I'm going to give you 6 quick, easy, and lazy ways to make money doing very, very little. All right, way number 1 to make money in a lazy way is every time you think about buying something like Apple AirPods, no, I'm not just gonna tell you not to buy it. I'm gonna want you to do a quick little math equation. Oh God, math, I know. $250 is the cost of the AirPods, right? Divide that by how much money you actually take home from your job, because you have to pay taxes, right? So if you pay taxes of 25%, it means you take home 75%. So you punch this into a little calculator, 250 divided by 0.75. Try it for anything you're thinking about buying. That new PlayStation 4, come on, we all want to pay Final Fantasy, I know. All right, there you go, $333. And that's how much those AirPods actually cost you. And this isn't to say that, dang, that's a whole lot more money. Maybe I shouldn't spend money on those Apple AirPods. Well, I guess it kind of is to say that because saving is a good way to make more money. But this is also a way of suggesting that, hey, have you ever thought about having a side hustle where you could actually have business expenses? When you have a side hustle and you use things pretty much exclusively for work, like I bought this iPad, I'm able to write this off. So I don't have to do this divide, and I can save money in taxes by buying things for my side hustle, like my YouTube career. Let's go to number 2. Let's say right now you rent a place for $2,000 per month. Can you find a place, even if it's slightly smaller, that you can own and all of your payments, the principal, the interest, the taxes, the insurance, and you know what, even put $200 a month in there for fixing the place up over the time, any kind of expenses, you gotta put them all in. Can you own a place also for $2,000 per month with all those things included? Well, if you can, then you're going to take advantage of the benefit of principal paydown, which means every single month you make that same $2,000 a month payment, you end up paying down this loan, and after 30 years, you actually own a very valuable asset. Over 5 years' time, you probably have a net worth to where you can minimize some of your expenses, like getting rid of mortgage insurance. Heck, over 10, 15 years, you might be able to open up a credit line and buy rental property or make other investments. This is why the New York Times says homeowners have a net worth in excess of $196,000, where tenants have a net worth of around $5,600. Simply because of the lazy, well, I'm paying my rent, well, I'm paying my mortgage. It's the same process of auto-paying a check or actually writing a check if you still do that. It's the same work, except a part of that check is actually going to pay off your loan. Even if it's only $300 or $400 every single month to start with, at least it's something, and that number grows every single month. That's why I like owning a bunch of real estate, because every single month when I make payments, even if I make no money, I take all of the money and I just put the money back into the properties to keep them fixed up. Every single month, my wealth goes up. Number 3, get a license. I remember working at Hollister and Jamba Juice, and when I went from Hollister to Jamba Juice, I made 70 cents more in income, and then I went from Jamba Juice to Red Robin and I made $1 more in income. My wealth, or my income potential, barely moved. When I got my real estate license, I did one transaction in 11 months. It took me 11 months to close one deal, and I made more money in one transaction than I would have made all year long working full-time at Red Robin. So if you can get a license and invest in yourself and become a professional, your potential to make money goes way up. Think about the things you could be: a lender, a real estate agent, a CPA, a licensed contractor rather than a handyman. There's so many licenses you can get to help build your wealth. Remember, investing in yourself is probably one of the best places you can make money with, because once you invest in yourself and you have more knowledge than your competition, you almost always pay yourself passive income because you're putting the same 40 hours of work in, except now you're getting paid way more money. And I like that. Automatically invest a portion of your money into the stock market. If you're confused or afraid of that, just put your money into something like a Vanguard index fund. It's an S&P 500 index fund. Slap your money in there, call it a day. Do it automatically and just hold these stocks forever. Never plan on selling them. If they're red or they're green one day, who cares? Just put your money in and let your wealth grow. If you want to automate this, you could do that with M1 Finance. I'll link that down below. Super easy to do. If you want to have a little bit more control of picking and trading, I recommend you at the very least open this account and compare to M1 Finance. Open a Webull account. There's a link down below for that as well. If you deposit $100 with Webull, you'll get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,400. Try opening both of these and see which you like better. Method number 5, if you like the idea of stocks but you really want some more cash flow, consider throwing your money into specifically dividend stocks. For example, AT&T currently pays a 7% dividend. That means if you invest $10,000 into AT&T's stock, you will get paid $700 per year doing nothing. It's kind of like your salary just went up $700. Now, dividends are taxed. They're taxed at a lower rate than your income, but they are still taxed. So if you don't want to increase your taxes, maybe don't go with dividends yet and instead focus on stocks that might grow in value instead. And that's not to say that AT&T won't grow in value, but usually the growth companies, like the FANG stocks, Apple, Facebook, they usually don't pay you a lot or a big dividend. Number 6, I encourage you to create something. I'll link a website down below. It's called Teachable, and if you click the link, you'll walk right into where you can open up your own course. You know how on this channel, I usually suggest that you buy my real estate investing course where I teach you all my knowledge in investing in real estate, or my knowledge as a real estate agent, or property manager, or how to increase your cash flow, right? Or how the psychology of money, all these things. Those are all different programs or schools that somebody can buy. And once I create that content, I can sell 100 copies, I can sell 5 copies, I can sell 1,000 copies. Once it's established, it can be relatively easy to continue to make money. Now, you could do that as well. Use that Teachable link down below and make yourself a school. Heck, you could also make a YouTube channel like Lauren did. My wife just made a YouTube channel and posted her first 2 videos. Feel free to check out her videos. I'll link those down below. But over time, after you post a video, these videos can create residual income for you, especially once you reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which, if you try, you'll get there. So you don't have to have a massive audience. If you have knowledge and you have a skill set that somebody else doesn't know as well as you, consider creating something. Now, if you do decide to create something, you have to keep one promise, that your number one focus is always the end user. Are you actually providing excellent value and constantly updating the value you provide them? For example, in my programs, I've got a coupon code down below for those, I'm always adding to these programs. So even though sometimes they can feel like passive income, I do end up working 12 to 16 hour days, not only making this content, but working on my real estate investments, working on my stock investments, and of course, adding lectures and adding content to all of the different programs I have. Now, you don't have to work as many hours as I do. You could just pick one of these things. Maybe I've just lost my mind, but I've gotten really excited, and all of the things I mentioned here, from resisting up front with doing that math on dividing or having a side business to write things off, my real estate, having a license, stocks, dividends, and these programs, I literally do all of them. So I encourage, if you don't do a single one of these, that at least you pick up 1 or 2 of these and maybe start adding to how you make money the lazy way in the future. And again, anytime something's lazy, you can turn it into crazy like I have by working, 12 to 16 hour days. But if you just do one of these, you can make money in a relatively simple way. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.